Hey, oh, yeah, I'll get that one last person here in a minute anyways. Hey everyone, Donut DM here. I finally finished unpacking my house after the move. And I feel free. So, to celebrate, we're going to be running one of the most chaotic, I don't even want to call this a dungeon, just one of the most chaotic messes. The Castrum Meridianum. Couple things before we get started. One, yeah, I used another Fantasia. Back to Vieira. Two, if you notice, I'm still on the same main scenario quest. I've been leveling up different classes, or just mostly been working on crafting and stuff and gathering. So yeah, I'm not really moving along in Final Fantasy. I'm just trying different things out. I'm trying a couple DPS classes. I'm trying some new not new healers, I played them all, but trying out, find which healer I want to do. I'm gonna be trying Dark Knight and Warrior, see if I like those better than Gunbreaker. So yeah. Anyways, we're gonna start the Castrum Meridianum. If you do not want any spoilers, stop watching this video right now. I repeat, if you do not want story spoilers, stop watching this video at this exact moment. So, looks like we don't have many new people, which is a little rough for you guys because I can't properly show you. So, essentially, this is a dungeon where a wall-to-wall pulling is a thing. So we're gonna grab everyone. Somebody got caught in the spotlight, so a cutscene will play. If anybody stands in a spotlight, this cutscene will play. Or I think they turned off the spotlight. Yeah, they turned off the spotlight. The cutscenes in this dungeon are not skippable. And I'm not going to edit these out because I want you guys to have a solid idea of how long this takes. So, when you're doing these big old pulls, you're going to make sure you grab the whole group of enemies and use a good number of cooldowns. You do have another tank, so if you miss any enemies, that's what the second tank is there to grab. Some people will even pull these enemies into the boss room. I don't like doing that. I'm just going to stand them right here. Burst down these enemies. Now, there were two searchlights back there before that cutscene played. As the tank, you don't really worry about them, but you pull the enemies off of those so that your teammates can activate them. So, here we have the first boss. It is just a Magitech Reaper. This is just going to be your classic hold the boss, grab ads, and face away from the party. So here we go. So I'm actually going to pull the boss off to this side here. Sorry, wrong side. Technically, if we're speed running this, we want to pull them over to this side here. Where these enemies spawn in, because this door is the one we're gonna go through. So now we get a cutscene, and it's just gonna be Sid talking to us for a hot minute about fixing up this Reaper, and he's like, I'm coming to help you guys. I'm not gonna read these out, my dudes. I need reading glasses and I don't have them, so it's gonna hurt my eyes if I focus to read this. So let's just celebrate the DILF that is Sid and wait for this to get over. Yeah. Yeah, Sid, there's a lot of armors. Come on. Come on, old guy. So you see here, he referenced the Praetorium. That's actually the next dungeon. The final dungeon of Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn base game. When I say base game, there are patches afterwards to add new content. But if we're talking the base story, not leading up to the second expansion, or the first expansion, this is the second to last thing you're going to do, and the Praetorium is the last dungeon you will do. Oh my god. So these cutscenes used to be skippable, but due to the fact that they are, you know, big story cutscene. Oh, I was wrong, guys. I was right the first time. Pull him over to this door, because you jumped down the fucking garbage chute. But yeah, you used to be able to skip the cutscenes. And even when I went through this the first time around, literally I watched the first cutscene, like that one right there, and they were already done fighting the second boss by the time I finished that first cutscene. So they really didn't want to force people to feel like they had to skip all the cutscenes. So you end up with this whole lot of unskippable, boring cutscenes. So there's a searchlight terminal over here. We're gonna want to make sure we grab these guys so that a DPS or a healer, anybody that's not us, can go grab those. I'm gonna grab this guy. You're gonna keep running. Again, this entire dungeon, we're doing big pulls. I'm gonna grab this guy, and then last but not least, you're gonna stop here and go ahead and engage the enemies. Again, make sure you are popping cooldowns here. And it looks like somebody stepped in a searchlight. So when you step in a searchlight, these little death claws come out and grab at you. Alright, somewhere in that mess, those two bigger guys dropped two incendiaries. So one person is going to run over to the right and grab those enemies, so that somebody can go use the incendiary over there, and then we're gonna grab these guys and we'll just fight in the middle. Alright, so once somebody destroys the pipe on either side, you're then going to turn around. That door is now open, and that is where we're heading. So grab these guys. We'll just take them down real quick. Somebody's a little antsy. In comes the second boss, a Magitech Vanguard. So we're just gonna go ahead and go at it. So ads are going to spawn on either side as the main tank. You grab any that come near you, but your off tank should really be helping. As always, make sure you're popping cooldowns to help accommodate for ads spawning in. So when the boss goes down, the ads automatically die. As a tank, you're just going to hold them. The DPS will decide whether or not they want to focus down the ads or if they're just going to focus down the boss. So after all that, Sid got that Magitech Reaper up and running, and he is going to help us blast through some doors to get a move on. But unfortunately, he just sounded the alarm. Oh no. All right. So there's an identification key dropped by the boss. Somebody needs to make sure that it gets grabbed before we all run on. So we're gonna run over to this door. This is the where you fought the first boss. That's the garbage chute we had to crawl through over there. And we're gonna wait for this old man to run up. Boom, okay. In we go. So, we're gonna want to grab this group of enemies. Gonna grab this group of enemies over here, and we're gonna pull them all into one big cluster. Those cannons over there can be used by the DPS to just shred everything. So again, we're gonna grab this guy, and we're gonna just pull him up towards the next group. Okay. The reason why we're running everything up is because there's another cannon in this corner. Another set of cannons, actually. So, we grab everything. And hopefully a DPS will hop on the cannons. Alright. So, back there, again, there was a Magitech terminal next to a searchlight terminal next to those cannons. DPS or healer, it's their job to grab those. If for any reason Sid does not come over here and do this little animation, it is because he is waiting back there for that terminal to get shut off. So some little ads will spawn in. These are not the boss. But the boss will come. So you'll see I just used Shirk on the Paladin. And the reason that I did that is I want to hold the aggro. He is in the level 50 class gear. Which the difference that makes, like, I have 9,000 HP, whereas he has, what, 7,000 barely? So I'm gonna let him grab the ads. But I want the boss to be sitting on me, because all the DPS and the healers, their attention's going to be on ads. Alright, so almost done bursting this guy down. As soon as we do, we're gonna get a nice little cutscene again. There we go. False ground, yay! And since oh boy, time to put this baby into maximum overdrive. Alright, so that search tower is destroyed. We have one more to go, but not search tower. That's it makes a barrier around the Praetorium. Anyways, it's like, oh no, I broke my toy. So yeah, if you don't want to read the dialogue, Sid just broke his toy, and that's about that. Generator. Yeah, that's the word. It's a generator. So that right there is the joke of a boss for this. She will be the next boss that we fight today. By the way, guys, this is my gathering glam, my minor glam. I forgot to swap off of it, as I couldn't decide which tanks that I wanted, so yeah. Alright, so same deal. We're right by where those cannons were. I'm gonna grab these bad boys. We don't even need the cannons. So you'll see that we have limit break 2, and I'm pointing that out for a reason. Alright, so we had picked up that key. Somebody used it on that terminal. Do not grab those ads. I'm gonna get feisty with you. Do not grab those enemies. That's a wipe. What you're gonna do is you're gonna grab these guys and then just freaking jump over the ledge. The other tanks got those guys. There's 2 searchlight terminals up here. Again, we gotta clear these and then we're good to go. Some people don't wait for the enemies to die, they just clear them. That's okay, they don't attack you during the cutscene. But oh wait, oh, we're getting an aerial bombardment. Did you guys know the weapon that is, or the ship that assaulted us is an assault ship? Wow. And now we need a cannon to shoot it down. What a coincidence. I look around and I see cannons. So, as a tank, we ignore the cannons. Yeah. As a tank, we're gonna stand here and get just absolutely paralyzed. I'm gonna jump back down. Alright, so again, we ignore the cannons. We're gonna go stop this bad guy. We also need to stop that bad guy. So, the DPS used the cannons. The end result is we get extremely lucky, and the ship crashes into the tower for us. So this is the worst fight. This is just the worst fight, guys. This is a two-phase fight. The first phase sucks. The second phase is the actual fight. The first phase is just a gimmick. We're gonna kill these Colossus. Right, so here's how this fight works. Grab her, face her away from the cannons, and then the DPS and or healers need to use the little death claws to load the cannons. And once the cannon's loaded, they can fire on her. The thing is, she will shoot whoever hit her with the cannon last. So, adds will spawn in. Their goal is to destroy the death claws in the cannons, which will just slow down your progress. Alright, more ads have spawned, so grab these bad guys. Yeah, they pulled him out of my cannon shot there. That was my bad. So we now go all the way up to limit break 3. Limit break 3 is absolutely crazy strong. As a tank, you're hardly ever going to use it in casual content. Actually, you're never really going to use it in casual content. When you get up into raids, sometimes, and this is not from personal experience, I believe you might use Limit Break 3 for map-wide tank busters that will one-hit kill non-tanks. That should be the last hit right there on that cannon. sit through this little bit of exposition for a minute. Essentially, her whole shtick is she loves Gaius, and she's a little bit jealous of you. So she's gonna beat you to a pulp. So, the optimal start there is you have 1 bar of limit break, which goes away as soon as combat begins. So actually, you want to have a ranged DPS use their limit break on her to start. Alright, so we're going to grab these ads. AoE, it's our best friend. Use some cooldowns. The big guy's gonna spawn. We're just gonna hold his attention. Not even gonna worry about him. Just gonna keep beating the crap out of Olivia. That's it, guys. That is the Castrum Meridianum. I'm gonna give it to that tank. It's not a terrible dungeon. It's certainly not fun. It's chaotic, and not even as chaotic as the next one. So, I hope to make the video for the Praetorium tomorrow. If you guys want to go rush into it, essentially just be the off tank. That's the great thing with these 2 dungeons. You're probably going to get 1 person that knows what they're doing, so just be an off tank. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry I'm such a terrible YouTuber. I don't get paid for this, so, you know, I just do it for fun. If you want me to get paid for this, let me know, and I will try to make serious content. But yeah, no, that's probably not going to happen. Yeah, see you guys next time.